¿Por qué le dijiste al Barça que te podías ir?
En el club, pero la verdad que fue un año muy complicado donde sufrí mucho dentro del entrenamiento, de los partidos, del vestuario. Se me hizo muy difícil y todo eso me llevó a plantearme mi marcha del club y buscar nuevos objetivos.
Between May 27th and July 23rd, 2026, Barcelona dropped over 100 million euros to sign Newcastle's Anthony Gordon for 80 million euros and Borussia Dortmund's Karim Adeyemi for 22 million euros. On paper, Joan Laporta and Hansi Flick just rebuilt Barca's forward line with elite European pace. In reality, Barcelona's accounting department just triggered the exact same psychological trap that bankrupted the club nearly a decade ago. You think this is just modern squad building? Barcelona thought the exact same thing in 2017 when they panicked after losing Neymar and burned through hundreds of millions on marquee names without a functional tactical blueprint. And now, as Anthony Gordon and Karim Adeyemi step into Camp Nou, Barcelona is running the exact same financial playbook. Welcome to NetSpend FC. If you want the raw truth behind football's biggest financial moves, hit that subscribe button to keep your balance sheet clean. Let's look at the numbers. On May 27th, 2026, Barcelona agreed to pay an initial 80 million euros plus 10 million in variables for Anthony Gordon. An 80 million euro fee for an English winger who thrives in transition, playing in a Newcastle system built around direct, high-intensity counterattacks. Does this sound familiar? It should. In January 2018, Barcelona paid Liverpool 135 million euros for Felipe Coutinho because he was one of the premier attacking talents in English football. But when Coutinho arrived in Spain, Barca realized he needed transition space that simply didn't exist against La Liga's low blocks. By rushing to pay an inflated fee for Gordon before the 2026 World Cup kicked off, Barcelona paid a massive panic premium. They didn't buy a player who organically fits Barcelona's historical positional discipline. They bought a marquee Premier League price tag, which brings us directly to the ultimate structural paradox inside Hansi Flick's dressing room. On paper, spending 80 million euros on Anthony Gordon was meant to lock down Barcelona's left wing for the next 5 years. Yet, just 57 days later, on July 23rd, 2026, Joan Laporta went back into the market and paid Borussia Dortmund 22 million euros for Karim Adeyemi, another left-sided direct winger. Why would a club struggling with La Liga's strict salary restrictions spend over 100 million euros on two players who occupy the exact same tactical territory? On July 23rd, 2026, Barcelona officially completed the 22 million euro capture of Karim Adeyemi from Borussia Dortmund. On paper, getting a 24-year-old German international with potential add-ons up to 7 million euros looks like a shrewd market opportunity. Hansi Flick handed Adeyemi his senior international debut with Germany, so the personal relationship is already built in. But when you analyze the balance sheet and the tactical whiteboard together, the alarms start blaring. Adeyemi is not a central hold-up number 9. He is a speed-demanding, space-hogging transition winger whose entire effectiveness relies on making vertical off-the-ball runs into the exact same left-sided channels that Anthony Gordon was bought for 57 days earlier. This is the textbook definition of tactical cannibalism. In July 2019, Barcelona paid Atletico Madrid 120 million euros for Antoine Griezmann. Griezmann was a world-class player in isolation, but his movement heat map overlapped almost completely with Lionel Messi's central channel. They spent over 100 million euros on a player who suffocated their primary creator because the board signed a name rather than a complementary function. By bringing in both Gordon and Adeyemi, Flick has created an artificial structural conflict. You cannot play two ultra-direct, transition-heavy wingers simultaneously without sacrificing central midfield control or forcing one of your high-wage assets onto the bench. And that internal tactical bottleneck creates an even more dangerous financial chain reaction. Here is the financial reality casual football fans completely ignore. Every major transfer fee paid to an incoming signing instantly raises the wage demands of your homegrown superstars. Lamine Yamal is the undisputed generational crown jewel of FC Barcelona. His creative output from the right wing is the sole reason Barcelona's attack functioned during their transition period. When Lamine Yamal's management looks at the books and sees Joan Laporta dropping 80 million euros on Anthony Gordon and committing another 22 million euro fee to Karim Adeyemi, Yamal's contract renewal leverage instantly explodes. Barcelona did not just spend over 100 million euros in transfer fees this summer. They permanently inflated their internal squad wage benchmark. In 2017, when Barcelona paid massive fees and wages for Ousmane Dembélé and Philippe Coutinho, it shattered their wage structure. Every veteran and core player demanded immediate parity, creating a toxic wage bill death spiral where the club's wage-to-turnover ratio blew past 85%. By committing over 100 million euros to two left wingers, Barca has pushed themselves right back up against La Liga's strict squad cost limits, endangering their ability to hand Lamine Yamal the long-term, multi-year mega contract required to protect him from Premier League state-backed clubs. Which brings us to the ultimate uncomfortable question every Barcelona supporter needs to face. Barcelona spent 9 years attempting to heal the financial trauma of the €222 million Neymar sale. Yet in the summer of 2026, Joan Laporta and Hansi spent over €100 million on two wingers who occupy the exact same space, while their search for a true, long-term central striker remains completely unsolved. Have Gordon and Adeyemi finally restored Barcelona's attacking firepower, or did the club just sign the next two entries in their €100 million graveyard? When corporate football directors make back-to-back transfer errors, they trigger what financial analysts call the asset liquidation cascade. Look at what happened to Barcelona between 2018 and 2021. To cover the runaway amortization costs and sky-high wages of Philippe Coutinho, Ousmane Dembélé, and Antoine Griezmann, the board could not rely on normal matchday revenue. Instead, they were forced into panic sales, selling off core squad players like Arthur Melo to Juventus for an inflated €72 million swap deal, letting Luis Suarez walk away to Atletico Madrid for virtually nothing, and eventually being forced to watch Lionel Messi leave for €0 in August 2021. Now, bring that financial lens into 2026 by dropping €80 million on Anthony Gordon from Newcastle and another €22 million on Karim Adeyemi from Borussia Dortmund. Barcelona has locked up over €100 million of capital in two players who both want to start on the left flank. If Hansi cannot figure out how to make both Gordon and Adeyemi coexist on the pitch simultaneously, one of those multi-million euro assets will end up sitting on the substitutes bench, watching their market value deteriorate month after month. And when a €100 million investment deteriorates on the bench, while La Liga's salary cap continues to squeeze the club's throat, Joan Laporta will be forced to pull the exact same lever his predecessors pulled, liquidating homegrown talent. To offset the wage bill for Gordon and Adeyemi, Barcelona may eventually be forced to entertain massive offers for players like Gavi, Pedri or Ronald Araujo, sacrificing the very identity of La Masia just to finance a bloated, unbalanced frontline. It is an endless cycle of trading your future to survive your past errors. The numbers on the balance sheet never lie, and history in modern football always leaves a clear paper trail. Barcelona believed that the trauma of August 3rd, 2017 was behind them. They believed that pulling financial levers, renegotiating debts, and restructuring short-term loans had finally returned them to world football's top table. But when you examine the decisions made in the summer of 2026, the underlying corporate instinct remains completely unchanged. Paying an €80 million panic premium for Anthony Gordon, followed 57 days later by a €22 million move for Karim Adeyemi, is not long-term squad planning. It is high-stakes commercial gambling. Instead of building a balanced, functional unit around Lamine Yamal and securing a true central successor for Robert Lewandowski, Barcelona bought two direct, speed-dependent wingers who occupy the exact same tactical channels. Selling a player or buying a marquee name doesn't fix a broken recruitment policy. It only exposes whether a board has learned from its past mistakes. So here is our final question for the net spend community. Are Anthony Gordon and Karim Adeyemi the explosive missing pieces that will fire Hansi Flick's Barcelona to European glory? Or did Joan Laporta just sign patient 0 and patient 1 of the next financial breakdown? Drop your balance sheet breakdown in the comments below. This is NetSpend FC. Hit that subscribe button to keep your ledgers clean, and we will see you on the next transfer audit.